God, look at this. This thing snapped like a twig. So today I'm gonna hike the Hickory Creek Trail. You can see Hickory Creek is right down here. This is a trail in Chino Hills. It's not a loop, which is what I usually do, but just a one-way trail. Starts here on Pipeline Avenue in Chino Hills and goes for about 3 miles. I'm gonna do a little bit of an extra part. There's a other trail that goes off and connects back to it. I'll show you that when I get to it, but it's a nice trail, especially if you just want something nice and easy and a lot of shade from a lot of the trees through here. So let's get going. When I first started hiking a couple of years ago, this was the first trail I ever did, and when I look back, it's not that excruciating, but boy was I tired when I was done with it. But yeah, 2 years ago, stopped being a perpetual couch potato, decided to get out, start walking. I think that was about a couple months before the pandemic started. So fortunately, I was able to hike, find new routes throughout the pandemic, so it's nice to get out into somewhat nature. I mean, it really is pretty out here. You could see over following around the creek, there's just a lot of bushes and trees and dogs as well. But yeah, I like this one. I do this when I don't have much time to drive somewhere and just want to get out and unwind. And that's the best thing about walking, hiking. You really don't need anything. Just put your shoes on, find a nice serene place, and get going. So here we're coming for street crossing. It's not really a crosswalk here, so be careful. Just walk across, look both ways, and picks up right on the other side of the street. So here's the map of what we're going to do today. Actually started up over here. Follow along. We're right here at the first road. Go all the way down here, over to here, and then I take another extended route, use the streets here to get to this trail, which is really nice, and then it comes right back by cutting through a couple houses, so it should be good. Trail merges to a street right here, but it's fine. Just go up, hug the sidewalk, and you'll see it. The trail continues right on over there. You can almost see the play center over there. That's where it picks up again. So the trail actually splits in two right here. There's a bridge with a little path that goes off to the right. That just dead ends up at a street, so I always go left here. And here we'll go up to another part where we simply cross the street, and a little bit to our right, the path will continue. Uh-oh, got a truck coming. Gotta hurry. And here we go, Hickory Creek Trail. Guess we're doing it backwards, so that's why it says 0.25 miles. Walked a lot further than that. I want to get a shot of this wall. Can't see it much, but there's a lot of writing on here. Starting with the pandemic, they put out some chalk, and people had come through here and written like supportive sayings and inspirational things. It's kind of sad to see that it's all washed off now, but it was really nice. For about 2 years, you could come through here, and you know, people like their love and you know, will pull through and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. So if you remember back to the map, this was the part of another trail that comes down and connects here that we'll eventually be on. It cuts across through a bunch of homes, has some nice vistas up there, so we will be back here at one point, and at that point we will turn right and go back the way we came. But this is there's some pretty big hills through here, so you'll see that in a bit. Sounds like we got some chickens up there. Funny story, I used to own chickens. The important word there is used to. Cleaning their pen was just so much damn work. Nice to have eggs for a while, but they don't give eggs forever, so. So we made it to the end, or I guess the start of the Hickory Creek Trail. Did it backwards. Now on this residential street. Put this sign up not too long ago. Looks like Hickory Creek Trail is 2.2 miles, Hollow Run 1.5. We're gonna go to the Hollow Run Trail, which is we're gonna follow this street all the way down, hang a right, take it all the way to Peyton, and then turn left. And then we'll find the entrance to Hollow Run Trail, which is a pretty cool trail. But I'm gonna stop for a minute and have a water break. $100 or best offer. I think my best offer would be free. So here's where I hang a right. I guess the street is called Bayberry, and we will take Bayberry all the way up to Peyton Drive. So here we are at the beginning of the Hollow Run Trail. Kind of weird that it says Hickory Creek Trailhead. It shows that same sign we saw before, but this is the start of the Hollow Run Trail, and it will eventually connect to Hickory Creek. So we'll go from there. Just a little bit of a downhill here, and we'll get into it. Through here not too long ago, and all the trees were like this one, all bloomed up. Most of them have lost their flowers, but it was super pretty coming through here. Just like that, but even more, and on all of these trees. Really nice. I don't know what tree this is, what type of tree this is. So I have a story right here, coming through here. You could see that this big tree got toppled over by a big windstorm, and there was some branches that came off here. They cleaned them out a long time ago. I think this is about a year ago, but anyways, I was coming through here a couple days after that windstorm, and I was coming just through this area right here, and I got just about up to where that little rise is over there, and a gigantic branch came falling down. I mean, I was within 15 seconds of being immediately under it, so no point, but I always think about that when I come through here, especially when I see this tree. It reminds me of just how much stuff came down. I mean, God, look at this. This thing snapped like a twig. And that branch that came down over here, that was big, and it fell real fast too. So I was extra thankful that day that I had walked just a little bit faster than I normally did, and I missed that. Oh man, look at this. I gotta show you this. God, look at that. The whole thing just bent. It's crazy. Oh. What do we learn from this? Don't mess with Mother Nature. That's what we learned. About this last year, they decorated this one for Christmas, or somebody did. It's like some of the ornaments are still here. Pretty cool, just kind of out here in the middle of nowhere, but yeah, it's kind of neat. So this house up here on the right has like goats and chickens and all kinds of things. They didn't used to have all the wood fence up so you could see back there, but something's not happy back there. This is also where we come to a point where we're going to have to cross the street again. This will actually be one of the last streets that we cross. So I come up here, And to our left, you're going to see another entrance. It's got a, let's get on here so we can see that. It's got a bit of a gate to stop vehicles from going back in there, but there's a little room on the left to squeeze through. And yes, this is an official Chino Hills trail. You're not walking on anything that you're not supposed to. It's well marked, so let's just cross here and go over. And this is where it starts to get really tough. Oh, I put this sign up here. I wasn't here before. Okay, let's come around the corner here. You're going to see that it starts to get pretty steep. I'm going to have to stop talking in a minute because it just goes up and up and up. So I'll see you at the top. Okay, up the very first part of the incline, you can see looks a little more intimidating looking down than it does up. I don't know why that is. It always seems to be the way. It's kind of like nature's way of tricking you to think, oh, it's not that bad. You get to the top and you're out of breath. In the background over there, you can see Chino Hills State Park. I'll do a video over there at some point because I like hiking there as well. Just a little bit more up here, not much. And then I'll try to see if I can get some vistas off to the right of the mountains. Pretty hazy day. So, welcome to Southern California, Los Angeles especially. Some days it's really clear, like after a storm, you can just see for miles. Not so today. Okay, I'm gonna take a water break, my second one, then we'll get going again. Okay, so now we go downhill, and this cuts right back up with the Hickory Creek Trail, where I pointed out earlier where this dumps out. So just about up around this corner. Gets a little steep, but it's not too bad. And I really appreciate that they've been through here recently. You can tell because the ground is not usually this clear. There's usually a lot of weeds, and it's not that easy to traverse through, which makes me think I'm going to do probably in a few weeks the hike I vowed never to do again. I just want to do it once more so I can film it, but there's a part in there that if they haven't cleared it, oh man, you can get lost in there. So we'll see how that goes. But you can see down there, that's where we complete the trail again, and then we will be back on and we will hang a right. Oh man, mud. Oh, it's sprinklers there. Yeah. God, I hope I don't slip through here. Yeah. Too old to fall. Here we go. Up. Out of the mud. I can honestly say I have never ever seen anyone on this part of the trail ever. Over 2 years that I've walked it, I've never run into anyone on here. Always made me wonder if this was actually a legal trail, but check the maps, now they have the sign up, so it is, and they keep it somewhat maintained. And fortunately they cut back the cactuses. These used to actually grow onto the trail itself. There'd be needles everywhere, but here we are. Back where we started. Back where I pointed this out originally. So at this point, you basically just go to your right, go back the way you came to wherever you decided to start. I live just a couple blocks from that playground we saw earlier, so not far. I'm not sure where you'd want to park if you weren't local to actually do this. Maybe at the park, that little kids park, and start there. There's a lot of, you can park along the street there and then just do this portion. I don't know. But for me, not a problem. So that's going to be it for today. Hopefully I'll get something in a couple weeks. So I'll see you then. Bye.